You're here because you want to see this LA Colors makeup look. We're using the palettes Bright and Sunshine and some other things. And I'm here because I want to do like a beauty Walmart haul. Let's kill two birds with one stone, shall we? Hello there, fabulous, and welcome back to the channel Alyssa Simone is, where I share with you all the helpful things that I is. Mainly, I'm a budget-friendly spender, and today is no different. We're going to be doing a get ready with me on a budget using LA Colors shadow palettes. I also want to do a little haul and show you just kind of the beauty products that I picked up from Walmart recently. And on top of that, I've got some things I want to talk about. I want to talk about submissiveness. I want to talk about being a late bloomer. And I kind of have a little surprise. Well, not a surprise, big news. It's big news to me. You probably won't care, but yes. Okay, so anyway, so I was at Walmart strolling through looking for the products that I usually use. And I just came across this section. It was just like, huh. These are really cheap. Everything I got was under $2 at Walmart. So these shadow palettes were $1.98, and I felt like this was just gonna be such an amazing way to play with color for me, and you know, inexpensive to see, do you even like color? So I'm gonna try and swatch these. I usually don't try to swatch stuff because you know I'll be ashy. But I'm gonna try and swatch these to see if they are really good and pigmented. So I picked up these two palettes for $1.98. I picked up this Wet n Wild lip called Tangerine the Alarm. What a cute name. This is the lipstick. Let me pull it up. So this is the tangerine color. I really like it. Can you see that? I really like that color. I've been looking for an orange and an inexpensive orange because I used to have one in NYX, and when I moved from California, it was one of the things I left. But anyway, so that was it that I got. That wasn't LA Colors. Everything else is LA Colors. So I got this lip gloss. It has shea butter in it. I got it, I don't know what color this is. Oh, here we go. It's called Snuggle. I wanted a good neutral. I was hoping that, you know, I could find a neutral that I would like for me. Then I also, fall is getting ready to come, and this is a matte lipstick. So I got this one in the shade Torrid. Interesting. What they trying to say, they knew? Because you know Torrid is a plus size. Anyway. Then I went ahead and got this pencil. I usually use my brow pencil, but I'm gonna try this one today. Hopefully it does what I need to do. Hopefully it is what I needed to do, okay? But I really liked that it came with the little eyebrow brush, because you know I usually use the spoolie from e.l.f. So we're gonna try and use this today. I'm already doing things. We're gonna try and use this today, hopefully. Then I got this nude lipstick called Nudie Nude. This is the color. Let me roll it up so you can see. Okay, so here is the Nudie Nude. That is the color. I think if I do a bright makeup look, I'm gonna use Nudie Nude and then the Snuggle for the lip, because if I do a bright eye, I wanna do a nude lip. And if I do this color, which this one is the one that's called Torrid. You see that? It's kind of like a purple. It's showing up really bright just because my ring light is really bright, but it's a little darker. I was going for like more of a raspberry, but this is gonna do. Then I also picked up just a clear lip gloss. Hopefully this is good. I just probably want to put this on with a liner one day, but I said I needed a clear gloss, and it was I don't even think it was over, I don't think it was over $2. I think it was like $1 something. I picked up this liner, which was really cool because it comes with its own sharpener. I love that. e.l.f. does that too. They have it with theirs come with their own sharpener, and I appreciate that, honey. So, because sometimes, you know, I don't want to be sharpening everything with the same thing. But this color is, this is teal. This is their teal. I'm already opening it. I don't even think I'm gonna use it today. I might, I don't know. But maybe under the eyes. But yeah, this is their teal eyeliner. And then that's it. So let's go ahead and get into this makeup look. I'm still using my basics. I just got to do some filming, and I'm going out to eat and everything later on. So I'm going in with my Maybelline. So let us talk. First, I want to get into how I am a late bloomer. My girlfriend, I was talking to her on the phone the other day, well, last night actually, and she's like, oh, Alyssa, you really, you should really talk about certain topics like in your chick chats. And I'm like, oh, chick chats are like kind of for like, basically, I want to talk to you guys about what she and I were talking about the other day, which was just so interesting. Guys, I really love this primer. It goes on so smooth. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Anyway, so really, Alyssa? I done forgot my brushes. So, did you guys see, and now I know the podcaster's name, but I don't know the girl's name who's dating Cam Newton. And, yeah, I don't know that girl's name who's dating Cam Newton, but basically Shan Booty, which is like, she's like an OG YouTuber. She usually deals in the realm of love, relationships, sex, that kind of thing. And so she had Cam Newton's girlfriend on her podcast. Now, from what I know, because I don't know this girl, Cam Newton's girlfriend is also an influencer. And, they ended up starting to talk about submission. And so I saw it a little bit just because I saw a little clip. I didn't listen to the whole, entire episode because they did like they did a clip on YouTube. I think it was like 10 or 12 minutes, something like that. And I had listened to that before my girlfriend and I had this conversation. And so I just thought, I was like, oh, this is really interesting. They were talking about submission. So she was like, what does it look like for you to be submissive? Now, I listened to that clip before my girlfriend and I even talked. And my girlfriend was like, this is really interesting that this girl is saying this. And I'm like, oh, why is it interesting that she's saying this? And it's because like her stance before has been that women that are like that are pick-me's. Like women who are submissive are really just like pick-me type women. And if you don't know what that is, I don't know what to tell you, just kind of go research it. It's just like the girl that's like, oh, pick me, pick me, pick me. That's what a pick-me is. If that didn't explain it, because I did use the definition to I did use the term to define the term, but if that didn't explain it, good for you, then yeah, you're gonna have to kind of go somewhere. And I can't break it down other than the desperation of pick me, like choose me, Anyway, so, I guess that woman was saying that women who are submissive, I have to put a little more because I feel like I still see my scars and I have not color corrected. I haven't been color correcting at all since I've lived out here in Georgia. Anyway, so she was saying that before, that girl was saying those types of women who are submissive are really just pick-me's. And so she said, well, what do you do that's submissive to your man? That's what the host, Shan Booty, or Bodie, I don't know how to pronounce her name, but that's what she asked her. And so she said, I do for him absolutely everything. He is spoiled. I pack his bag and I unpack his bag. And, she's just saying she does everything to him. She rubs his back to sleep or scratches his head to sleep. Something like that involved her soothing him to sleep with her hands on like his head, or I don't know what it was. I can't remember because it's not that important. But basically, and so then there was another girl, my friend said, go watch her video. BREENY, who was also on YouTube, BREENY had, she said, let me break this down for you. What this is not submission. That's just called acts of service. It's a love language, which you guys know there's 5 love languages. And so she said, that's not necessarily submission. That's just acts of service. That means you found out his love language, that he likes acts of service, and you decided to acquiesce maybe what you usually do, because it's how she was describing it was like she doesn't usually do that, to acts of service. And to me, there's so much. There is so much here. And it's not like any shade to this girl or anything like that. I think her name is Jasmine, something like that. I don't know. But it's just so much there. One, so I came up in a Christian household, and submission is something that you hear all the time, right? You like just in Christian settings, you always hear like, wives, submit to your husbands, submit yourselves to one another. You always hear those things. And before I even watched BREENY's video, I was just like, oh, okay, well, you know, she was saying a bunch of stuff that, I mean, yeah, it could be looked at as submission, but that's not necessarily what submission is. And I had kind of defined what submission actually is for my friend, and she was like, oh my gosh, you have to listen to BREENY too, because you and BREENY are along the same lines. And I'm like, okay, so you guys, I'm gonna try and link it down below. Go check out that episode if you're interested in this topic of submission. And so oh, here's the big news, guys. Here's the big news. I said those were gonna be big to me. I think I figured out how to do my eyebrows. Now, I'm not comfortable doing it on camera, so I'm gonna be right back with the story. Okay, really quickly, when I come back, this is not working. This is not very pigmented, and that's kind of what I was a little afraid of with LA Colors, because in the past, like, they haven't been super pigmented, but okay, be right back. Okay, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. These eyebrows are just gonna be, I like this one, I'm not liking this one. And I'm just gonna have to blend out and figure it out. But anyway, so let's get back into the story about the girl. The color is Fawn. The LA Girl Pro Concealer. My color is Fawn. I'm going in with that on my eyelids. I forgot to prime my eyelids, but it is what it is. And where did we leave off? Where did we leave off in the story? I can't remember. So I'm gonna just pick up where I pick up. So, basically, the girl was saying that she does little things that are acts of service. And so that's something that BREENY actually pointed out, was that you're not actually being submissive, you're actually pointing out acts of service. And so, which is a love language that is beautiful to express to someone if that's how they feel like they should receive love. Definitely, I had to learn this even with my friends, that I have to give them love how they receive it, because I will want to acts of service my friends all day, especially when it comes to their birthdays and things like that. But it's like, that might not be what they want, you know? So give people what they want and they will feel loved. So, but here's what I wanted to say about that, because my friend was telling me, and I don't know how true it is, but if my friend's not a liar, which I'm guessing she's not, then I would expect that, so her statements before, I guess she doesn't feel that way. She wants to be submissive now. So this is what I feel like I want to say about that, is that a lot of the times people prematurely look down on people who are and want to be submissive to their men. And then when they find someone that they want to be submissive to, then they have to almost, in a sense, backtrack, right? So if you feel like, you know, you don't really have a good grasp and you've never really actually submitted to someone worth submitting to, I think you should probably not talk about that, you know? Which I can't tell anyone to do. You, of course, you know, your platform, you talk about whatever you want to, but I just think that you're gonna have to backtrack, because actually submission is really beautiful. And it's not, so submission, my pastor broke it down like this, is under, and mission is a vision or a purpose, something that, you know, you're going on. So what that means is that you're just submitting to whatever that person has going on. So for me, this is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder that I'm using. And so I'm trying something new. Don't judge me. But I want these colors to pop even more, and I see the girls do this. So I'm just like, well, let me try that and see how that works. I'm also want to put some down here. I'm just gonna have to like rub it in. You guys know how I feel about the top lip. But I don't want to contour today. I don't want to do any of that. I just kind of want to have this like this and wait a little bit, and then I can talk to you guys. Actually, I can figure out what colors I want to put on my skin. I actually want to do like a really neutral, so I think I'm going to go with the Sunshine palette. So while we're talking, let's swatch some of these colors, shall we? It comes with the applicator on the inside of it, so I'm just going to be swatching a few and seeing how well they turn up. Hopefully they turn up well. So yeah, people end up having to backtrack a lot when they talk about topics that really have to do a lot with religious culture. Oh my gosh, these are really beautiful. Oh, I might not need to be worrying about if they're going to show up pigmented like before. I'm going to show you, I'm swatching a few, so I'm going to show you guys the ones that are not shimmered. I'm going to swatch those and show you how they look. Hopefully it shows up. Okay. Oh, no, that was dumb. Let's try it on the other side of my arm so I can just go like this. Actually, let's do the shimmers now. Yeah, so not picking up real nice on camera though, I can tell you that. Oh, ashy. See, this is why I don't be showing y'all the swatches. Let me stop. So anyway, basically, I really feel like don't have a whole expose on it if you don't like it and you don't actually know what it is. You know what I'm saying? But then at the same time, in order to kind of find out about things, you have to talk about things and have to be open-minded. So I guess, you know, I don't know. But what I will say, this is how I feel about submission. It's just you putting yourself underneath the mission of someone else. And I also want to say that people try to talk bad about it, but when you find the person worth submitting to, it's not anything that's degrading. So people try to put off as this degrading thing, and that's not what it is at all. It's like you are creating something. You submit to the authority of your boss when you're at work, and it's because there's a vision and a purpose for the company and for your role, and you put yourself underneath that mission to accomplish that goal. And there is nothing wrong with the husband having a goal for the family, or the husband having a goal for himself and the wife having a goal for herself or for the family, and they submit when it's important so that those goals can be met. There's nothing wrong with that. It's like a coach and a player. The player is just as valuable as the coach. The coach is just as valuable as the player. Like, I promise, within organizations, work organizations, people try to make it seem like, so I used to work in at a college. And so I won't name the college that I used to work for, but I used to work for a college. And so I was in the admissions team, right? And so we were the people who would go get people to bring people to campus. And so we're like, oh, okay, well, if we didn't bring people to the school wouldn't run because there will be nobody to teach, right? But then most of these students, probably 99% of the students, needed financial aid. So if there were no financial aid workers, we wouldn't have students to be able to pay for their education, so the school wouldn't work. Then take it a step further, if there's no one to educate them in these fields, so there was like medical and dental, it was like a vocational school. And so it's like, if there's no instructors to teach these students, there are no students, there are no classes. And so people try to seem like their role is so important. It's like, no, everyone's role is important and is vital. If there's no people to get people in the door, there is no school. If there is no people to help people pay for college, there is no school. If there is no one, like, everything works together. And so when people say play their role as it, you know, I don't like those roles as it pertains to marriage. Okay, you can define what your roles are going to be with inside of your marriage. Just make sure that, you know what I'm saying, these roles are conducive to you guys meeting whatever your goal is as a family, you know? So, and then whatever your goal is, especially if you're a believer, like whatever your goal is as it pertains to your life in Christ. So that's just kind of what I want to say about that topic. Okay. Guys, I feel so powdery and so cakey. I'm praying this works out. I'm going to go in with this color right here. And I'm going to use that as my crease color. It's a little red. It's a brown, but it's a little red. Let's see. Is that showing up well? Oh, okay. Yeah, it's kind of giving me peachy vibes on my television, on my little screen. It's giving me peachy vibes, but that's okay. I could do peachy vibes. And this is a Wet n Wild eyeshadow crease brush, blending brush. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. I was gonna like speed up the video or whatever. But I kind of wanted to talk to you guys about my first date. Now, if you guys looked on my channel, you helped me out and pick out my first date outfit with this guy. I wanted to talk about being a late bloomer. And I wanted to talk about me being a late bloomer as it pertains to my dating life, right? So I am going on first dates again in my 30s. And well, really ever, because I really don't, yeah, we didn't gotta talk about it. I'm gonna go in with my Wet n Wild eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to use this color right here. This one's kind of like a darker brown. Hopefully shows up really well. Let's see. I don't like that this one is coming up. I don't like how pink they're coming across. I need a brown, honey. Oh, it's giving me a little brown, I guess. Okay, one thing I'm not loving is that there is so much kick up. There's kick up on my shirt, and I just had to brush some away off of my my eye right here. So that's something I'm not fond of. Okay, so now I want to go in with this color on the insides. There's so much kick up. I mean, so far the colors are pretty, but there's a lot of kick up. I was worried about the colors not showing up because a long time ago I did try LA colors and the colors weren't coloring like I needed them to. So yeah, let's see. Okay, so this is how my eyes look. How are you guys liking it so far? I haven't put on liner and kind of straightened things out, but that's how it's looking so far. I actually like the look, but it's not the look I was going for. Like, these colors didn't show up how I thought they were gonna show up. Like, I thought this was gonna be dark. This is gonna be like a little red up here. But I feel like the palette is called Sunshine, but I feel like my eyes look like sunshine. Like, I feel like they look bright. What was I expecting, guys? But I thought, honestly, I thought I was gonna do like have more of a neutral, but I feel like this looks like a sunset a little bit. Let me go ahead and blend out. Okay, so you guys know that I like to go in with a shimmer from the palette that I use in order to do like my highlight and stuff like that. So I'm gonna go in with this one right here. You know, I don't have a fan brush. Comment down below if you have an idea. Ugh, I'm so mad that, oh my gosh. I'm so mad my brushes are still wet because I washed them last night versus washing them, oh no. Oh, it's really pretty. Well, that shows up really pretty. I washed my brushes last night instead of washing them when I was done with my makeup. So there's a little lesson for you. Okay, so the same transition color that I went in with on my eyelids, I put that as like, you guys know me, I use makeup for what I want to. I used it as a blush to bring just a little more color to my face. So that's what I did. It's this one, I'll show you again. It's this color right here. It's never taken me this long to do my makeup, and it's not because I'm talking, because I feel like I've talked in videos before. Now I would normally do this. Let's try and see if it shows up. I've talked in videos before. I think it's just taking me a long time because these colors are, yeah, this is not showing up at all. So I'm just gonna have to go in with my regular Wet n Wild. So as far as this pencil goes, it's a no-go. It's a no for me. So I am gonna go in and with this lipstick, with the Nudie Nude, and see how I like that. Goes on very creamy. It's not extremely, let me roll that down a little bit. So it's more of a suede texture like lipstick. It's not a matte or anything like that. I'm gonna use a little bit of the gloss. I feel like that kind of line go away a little bit. I got tiny lips, so a little bit of line is necessary. Okay. I love when products smell good. This smells like so creamy. Okay, I'm gonna do my hair and then I'm gonna be right back and I'm gonna let you guys know how I feel about these products, which ones you should purchase, which ones you should not purchase. And then also I'm gonna finish my story about the late bloomer. Be right back. Okay guys, so this is the final makeup look. I mean, I really didn't do much to my hair. I just pulled it a little half up, half down, zhuzh going on. But I also want to share my final thoughts on this whole submissive topic. And also tell you about my date. So what I want to say is that submission is a beautiful thing when it's done in the proper way. Abuse is not okay. You know, just taking advantage of someone, that's not okay. That's not what submission is. Really understand that it's actually just saying, okay, I agree that this is the vision and I'm gonna follow your leadership in this. You submit to your parents when you're younger, you submit to your teachers when you're in school, you submit to your supervisors when you're working, and it's okay to submit to your husband when you are married. Boyfriend and girlfriend, not so much. You want to see if he has good leadership qualities, because if he does, then he'd be a good person to submit to. That's what I will say, because I'm looking to be a wife. I won't talk about submission as a husband because I am not one. But I do know that, you know, within its proper context and there's no abuse and everything like that, submission is a beautiful thing. People being taken advantage of, and that whole obey versus submission. BREENY's video is really good, breaks it down really well. I'm gonna link it below, so please go watch it if you're interested in this topic. So I do want to say that no, I never plan on submitting to a boyfriend, but a husband, yes. Also, I want to talk about my first date. You guys helped me pick out my outfit for my first date, and so I ended up wearing a white dress but with the dad sandals. Something completely different. Sorry, guys. But anyway, so we went to go see Thor. Didn't like it. But then we went out to eat afterwards. And so we had a really good date. It was really cool. I need your help though. I need your help. So, so I told the guy, like, yeah, like, call me, da 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 da. But I really feel like I don't want to see him again. And I don't know if I'm being too picky or what, because there's some things, you know, I'm just like, I don't really like that, you know. But there's also a red flag. And I believe we talked about red flags before. We talked about red flags are core values. So he brought up something to me that was a red flag for me. So it violated my core values. And so what I kind of said in the moment was like, oh, okay, if that's what, you know, if that's what you want to stick to, then that's what you know, it's good that you know yourself and know what you like. But me, my core value is in direct opposition to what he's saying. Not that he's wrong or anything. It just is in direct opposition to what he's saying. And so with that, at the time I was just like, oh, okay, it's really good that you know yourself. But I kept on the date and I just kept on conversation. I didn't necessarily tell him like, well, I know right now that this is not going to work because your core value and my core value doesn't line up. So one, what should I have said in that moment? Like, should I just kept the conversation going like I did, or should I have been like, well, you know, I don't feel that way? Because I talked with my mom and my mom was like, well, you should have let him know so that way he doesn't feel like there's hope for this to actually be something. And so me, I was enjoying his company, but we can't ever be nothing more than this date, you know? And so if you agree with my mom, how do you guys feel like I should have handled that? What would you have said if it was a core value? And I don't really want to share which one it was, but if you DM me on Instagram, then, you know, maybe we could talk about it in the DMs or whatever. Which, follow me on Instagram at alyssasimoneis, at TikTok at alyssasimoneis_, and on Twitter at alyssasimoneis. All of my profiles are linked below. But yeah, that's what I want to know. Like, what do you guys think about that? Anyway, I hope you liked today's video. What I feel about the makeup is the eyeshadows are okay, but they're not extremely pigmented. They don't pop. Like, I feel like I just have a soft makeup look. It's nothing, you know, really bright about it. I think it's pretty. I think it came out very pretty. I feel like it's a very natural, pretty look. I wanted to put on this color with these eyes because I told you I felt like the eyes make me feel like sunshine. But yeah, so would I get this palette again? Yeah, if I'm like, oh, okay, I want to go for like some color, but I want it to be soft and not extremely bold, I would say purchase that. It's only $2. What I won't purchase again, and what I'm probably gonna have to throw away, is the brown makeup. This didn't show up at all, guys. Like, it took forever. It just fell off. It took forever to even show up on my skin. So that one I would not purchase. The lipstick, fine. It showed up well. I don't know about this one. Let's try this one right now. Let's see. Oh, okay, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good for one stroke, for it to come up like that. Now, as far as them lasting all day, that I do not know. I will not be able to tell you anytime soon, but they are beautiful. I love the color, and I love the gloss. Glosses are just gloss to me. I'm not tripping about them, but I do like the way, I feel like this did give a little bit of an extra something when I put the gloss on. So anyway, this is today's look. Guys, don't forget, I'm trying to grow to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So if you can help me out, sharing is caring. Subscribing is vibing. Oh, I like that. I like it. Anyway, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, give me your advice. I want to know. But never forget, your face may be big, but your outfit ain't complete if your smile ain't on fleek.